Though the task might have been impossible for most, Ron Rivera proved incapable of the turnaround in Washington he promised. Commanders managing partner Josh Harris dismissed Rivera as head coach Monday and will look to rebuild the football operation on more stable footing. As we look ahead, we recognize the results this season were not good enough and a strategic shift in leadership and approach is necessary, Harris said in a statement posted to social media. Harris said he's assembling a small advisory committee to help him find a new head coach and head of football operations. The committee will include Commanders co-owners Mitchell Rales, Magic Johnson and David Blitzer, along with Bob Myers and Rick Spielman, the former general managers of the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Vikings, respectively. To deliver upon our ultimate goal of becoming an elite franchise and consistently competing for the Super Bowl, there is a lot to do, and first we must establish a strong organizational infrastructure led by the industry's best and most talented individuals, Harris's statement continued. Ron Rivera's tenure with the Commanders. Rivera's time in Washington must be explained in two facets. He admirably tried to steer a listing ship through choppy waters off the field, but granted full football authority. His decisions never resulted in enough wins to mandate he remain as football czar. Arriving in 2020 fresh off a 9 somewhat successful years in Carolina, Rivera pledged to rebuild Washington's credibility on and off the field. Unfortunately, the off-field credibility wasn't his to fix. That was anchored to former owner Dan Snyder, and only with his removal in July 2023 did that begin to change. As far as the players and the games, Rivera's tenure was rife with poor personnel moves and subpar coaching. In his first 3 years at the helm, Rivera's Washington teams treaded water, never finishing a season with a winning record and making just one playoff appearance. In his final season, the ship finally capsized, as the Commanders limped to a 4-13 finish. In telling fashion, Washington will enter the 2024 NFL season with the second overall pick in the upcoming draft. That's the same spot Rivera inherited when he took over the moribund franchise in 2020. Despite a number of swings, Rivera never found his franchise quarterback. There were big swings, the terrible trade for Carson Wentz in 2022, and small swings, signing veteran journeyman Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2021. Neither worked, nor did the attempt at hoisting an entire franchise onto the back of second-year man Sam Howell this season. Rivera will leave Washington with a reputation for being a nice man and respected worker, but not as a winner. Known as a defensive mind, Washington's defenses swung like a pendulum during his 4 seasons. In 2020 and 2022, the Washington defense finished ranked top 10 in the NFL's most important statistical categories.